thought I'd do something a little bit different today, and what I'm going to show you how to do is how to make these super cute planner bow and planner holder. So this is basically a page placement guide, so you can either use it to keep your notes pad together like so, or you can use it as a guide to where you are in your notebook. So you could literally loop it like that, so it's entirely up to you how you use that one. But like I said, they're so simple to make, and all you need is a bit of FOE or fold over elastic, which is this stuff, a super cute felty of your choice, and I've got this super cute fox one because I didn't have another one of these ones, and I've also got a little bit of felt for behind the back of the fox felty, and 2 extra large paper clips. These ones are quite big. Let me just get the roller for you. These ones are 4 inches by 1 inch. I will put a link in the description below for everyone. I picked these up from Amazon for a few pounds for about a pack of 20 or 30 in multiple colours. I got red, yellow, white, green and a few other colours, so like I said, I can play around with these. And then obviously we attach the bows to them. So these are the bits. Let's just put everything out of the way. And the first bit we're going to do is we're going to make our planner wrap. And like I said, what I've done with this one, on my felt, I have an air erasable marker pen. I got mine from Caraway Cottage. I'll put the link in the description below along with all measurements as normal. And what I did with the pen, I just drew around that, and we're going to cut slightly in the light within the line so that this can be the back of the felty when we attach it to our FOE. Now with measurements, most of these A4 notepads are about this size, so I just take one that I've got available, and all you do with your FOE to measure is put one side about 1.5 inches over and wrap it round quite tight. You don't want to do it loose, you want to do it tight so it doesn't lose its elasticity. So pull that quite tight over there, and I do about 1 centimetre over the tightness, and then cut. And this applies if you want to do a bigger notepad. So I also have this is my little YouTube planner with all my notes and everything. If you wanted to do one this side, which is twice the size of this notepad, as you can see, you would just measure the exact same way, and you can do it to any size you want as long as you've got enough fold over elastic to do so. Then what we do is I always still heat seal the edges of FOE. There we go. And then you just want a dot of glue at the end. There we go. Like this. Take your other end. And just glue that in place. We're going to cut round this bit of the felty underneath. Like I said, the best thing about these pens as well, as you can see, I drew around this about 20 minutes ago, and the line, even before I've cut round it, it was already starting to fade. So if you use it to do your glitter bows and things like that, you never have to worry about having pen marks on the back. Okay, just within the lines, and you can draw around any of these with a bit of felt. Let's make sure you can see a little bit of that behind, so I'm just going to cut it down, trim it down a little bit more. You don't want to see any of it behind the back of the felty. Just a little bit more, not too much. It's just to hide the back of the planner on the FOE against the, just because I think it looks a bit tidy. You can leave it if you don't personally have any felt, or you don't think the steps necessary, like I said, I'll just do it to make it a little bit tidier. So where we have done our join, this is where I glue my felty on. And what I do is right over the centre, you want a bit of glue, both sides. Don't do your glue more than the size of your felty. Take that, place that directly over and centre it, and then I'll lift that up a little, and you might need a touch more glue. Okay, touch more glue to that side. I'll just check the other side. Yeah, just a little bit more there. Press that down, and then we take our little piece here. As you can see, it's just the right sides to go behind, and we're just going to put a little bit of glue on here. Carefully your fingers, and place that over the back of that. There we go. And there is your super cute notepad, like bookmark or tidy or guide, hold, etc., whatever you personally call them. But like I said, they are so simple, and it's a perfect little gift idea for, like I said, teachers' gifts and things like that, the end of school terms and things. You can sort of personalise your felty to like what they like and things like that. Like I said, this is why I'm doing a little full set, because like I said, I'm obsessed with 4 colours and foxes. So that's that one. And then we are going to make this one. This is a double tails down bow with a double tucks on top. And I have my ribbon, my templates, and my 2 little pieces for my tucks bow. So let's go. We will make the double tails down first. I'm also going to do that on the yellow one so it matches. We'll have 2 of each. And this is 24 inches of 1 inch ribbon, and I have folded it in the middle and heat creased it as a guide. This is my 3 inch template, and I have the link in the description below to purchase them. My UK supplier is currently out of stock, but she will have some back in again shortly, so do bear with her. Just going to put clips either side here, and I always do it just below the stitch guide so I can stitch through easily with no issues. So clip those to that side, turn it round, and you do a cross shape, and you want the triangle of each point right over the centre of your stitch guide, and then you turn that round and you do exactly the same thing this side with your triangle this way and this way directly over the centre of your stitch guide to keep your bow nicely balanced and your loops even. And again, I'll just take 2 more clips and clip those 2 bits in place so they don't slip about when I am doing my stitches. And I'm just going to do that. When I'm using these templates that you can use double-sided, I do put sellotape over the edge, which is just a clear sticky tape, and it just means that it stops any snagging if you ever had that problem. Take your needle from above, from where that first triangle up is, and I will show you the stitches once I've counted, otherwise I tend to lose track. Because this is all about pulling them together nicely. It's done 4 on that one. When you're coming up from down beneath here, you want to still make sure that on the back that cross is still centered, that triangle point is still centered over your stitch guide. So go from beneath again, as you can see, right through that triangle. There we go. Then from above, 2, okay, from beneath right at the triangle point this side, triangle down, and that will start you at the top of, well, the bottom of this 1-inch piece, and then we're going to do 4 on this one, and then I'll show you all the stitch placement front and back. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on the back you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, as you can see, this is the front wrap, this is the back wrap. Once you're happy with everything, you can take all your clips off, pop them out of the way, slide this off your template, and this is the look you will have. 1, 2, 3, yep, 5, and then you can just cinch. There you go. Wrap round. Do it at least twice. 3 times is better. 1, 2, 3, and then stitch off in the back. And like I said, that's super cute tails down bow. I do always do my tails a little bit longer. It is purely because, like I said, you can always cut down, you can't add ribbon. So like I said, I always tend to do mine just a little bit more. So if I make a mistake with my tails on any of these kind of bows, I've always got a bit of wiggle room to turn it into a different shape or cut down a bit more. Okay, so put that to one side, and then I've got 2 pieces here, and these are 6 inches each. Super cute fox ribbon, and as you can see, the fox heads, they're both the same way. So like I said, the pattern is a repeat both sides, so it doesn't matter which way up we do it. And I have folded these in half and heat creased my centres, and I've done that on both pieces. And I have also heat creased all the edges of my ribbon. So once you've got your middle, take each side in, and you want to go a tiny bit over that line on both sides. So fold over a little bit over your centre and do exactly the same thing that side, and you should have about a quarter at like 5mm overlapped over the whole centre. I'm just going to take a pin and pin that, or do the same to the other piece. There we go, that's one done. And repeat exactly the same thing. So there's your centre, tiny little bit over from the left, tiny bit over from the right, and pin for a second before we put our stitches in. And then I've got my extra strength Gutermann thread again, and you want to go from above always, make sure it's still all lined up, and you're going through all your layers, and we're going to do 4 stitches on both pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the same on this one from above. Make sure, like I said, you're capturing all your layers. So 1, 2, 3. Once you've got that first stitch in, you can move your pin. 1, 2, 3, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and each one you'll have 2 stitches on the back. Just going to move that a little bit because I almost missed that back layer there. and it's also slightly fraying, so I'm just going to capture that now. Pull that down your thread. What I do when I get to this point is I just double check that both my loops are the same size. As you can see, both even. Fold them in half. All our edges are lined up, and that just shows that, like I said, you've got a nice even double tucks. Pinch that together and you'll see 2 creases on each piece, and then wrap your centre round nice and tight. 1, 2, 3, round, and then stitch off however you personally prefer. Okay, and then I like to adjust it so that all my loops are sat nicely apart, like so. And then that's right through the centre, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to pop that through the centre of the tails down piece. And instead of gluing, this is what I do. I thread wrap them together. Place it where you want it over your tails down bow, and then wrap the thread round nice and tight. You could glue them together instead, it's entirely up to you. This is just personally what I prefer. And then again, stitch off in the back when you're happy. Cut that off. Tie that ready for the next one in a minute. There we go, and then all we want to do is we've got a corresponding orange to the bow. I am going to have a look at my tails, so just going to bring them together. One's a little bit longer than the other, so cut them down so they're both even, and then I'm going to cut a nice angle on each one. Heat seal in the blue clear bit of the flame. There we go. And the other side. And we're going to use the yellow one. With these, when you're using the clips, this double loop bit is the bottom that attaches to your notepad, so you always want to be gluing the bow to the top of this one, the single loop area. So take our glue gun, don't put too much because we want to be able to wrap it, and place your paper clip there. Take your 9mm, heat seal your edge, use some of that excess glue and hold that to the back of the bow for a moment till you're sure it's in place. And then basically you wrap it round exactly the same way as you would wrap in a bobble or a clip, and I always go round at least twice. So there's once, twice. Make sure you're going over the original wrap round so you can't see any of the ribbon beneath. Cut that off. Heat seal that edge and glue that down. And there you go, there you've got one cute matching planner bow set. So as you can see, this one's a little bit longer, so what I might do, I'm going to use this one as a guide. Use that bottom one as a guide. And then we've got 2 cute matching planner bows. And then this last one is a double wrapped tux bow. And these bottom 2 pieces in the orange are 1.5 inch ribbon. And it is 2 pieces times 7.5 inches. And then I've got 2 pieces of 1 inch ribbon in the matching fox. And again, they're both 7.5 inches each. And what I've done, again, on each piece, I have taken them in half like this at the ends and done a little crease, and I've done that on all 4 pieces. And what I'm doing with this is, if you line that one up to that pinch, to that one, bring them together, don't heat seal them before this, otherwise they don't tend to attach as well. Then you can pinch those 2 pieces to ribbon together like this, and then they're sealed. And what this means is, when you're folding things together, and again, take this piece, make sure it's lined up to that edge, and do exactly the same thing. In the blue clear bit of the flame, just heat it until it looks a little bit melted. Pinch, and it seals them together, and they're the right width and the right percentage either side on the wrap. So again, line up your pinch, seal them together in that blue clear bit of the flame. Mind your fingers. I have very little feeling in mine nowadays. Line it up. And this will give you a nice even wrap all the way across, and the amount that you have on both sides will be completely even. And then I fold them in half, as we do with all tux bows. Heat grease my centre a little, so I've got a nice guide for my stitches. Get a lighter that works. That's one. Same with this one. Fold it in half. There we go. And exactly the same as what we just did. In from the left, right, slightly over, no more than ½ centimetre. Same this way. Over that crease, about ½ centimetre. It will be roughly 1 centimetre in total over the centre crease. Again, take a pin while you do the other one, and pin while you're waiting for this one. And exactly the same thing. In from the sides, about ½ centimetre over that way, over the crease. ½ centimetre over the crease that way. About 1 centimetre in total, with ½ centimetre from each piece. There you go, there's there's the centre, ½ centimetre left, ½ centimetre to the right, centimetre across in total. Once you're happy, pin that in place, check them against one another, that both pieces are the same size. You don't want one tux bow bigger than the other, that's where your balance starts going off. And then from above, as always, make sure you've captured all 3 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, out through the top. Make sure, like I said, you've gone through all your layers. There. You can fold it in half. Line up your edges to make sure that you've got your stitches central. And then repeat the other piece. In from above. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 on the back. pull that down, make sure both pieces are facing upwards and that your joins are on the back of the bow, and then you can cinch, and both pieces will have 2 creases each. Cinch that nice and tight, and then wrap round as normal. Nice and tight, and then stitch off in the back. Oh, one more. Okay, cut that extra off. And again, I just adjust my bow until all my loops are sat nicely like so. And again, make sure you're using the loop that's on its own, not the double loop. And we've got another piece of 9mm orange that matches the bow. And we're going to heat seal our edge. Put a touch of glue across here, the back, only a little bit. There we go. Place our clip in that and hold it for a second. Take our 9mm right over the top of that extra glue. Hold that for a second. And then use this wrap to firmly attach your bow onto your clip. Do it nice and tight once, round again, right on the original ribbon. Take that extra off, heat seal our end and glue there for you. And there we go. We've now got 2 super cute Foxy Fall planner bow sets. These will fit on the big ones because of the stretch, so I'll just show you on that one. People can use them as decorations. Like I said, cute page markers, ways to section off their planners, ways to brighten up their planners and things like that. Just push that down so you can see the fox on that one. And there you go. Super cute Foxy planner bows, perfect for fall. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll speak to you all soon. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye!